There we go. Right, Talar tilt test. Now then, you'll have met something that looks very similar to this when we were doing range of motion testing, because what we're doing here is applying the same sort of forces to test the subtalar joint range of movement. We know from current evidence that the subtalar joint and the ankle joint work together to give us inversion and eversion. Previously it was thought that the subtalar joint contributed nearly all of it, but now we know that it's only contributing about 30%, and the rest of it comes from the ankle. So if you've had an ankle injury, such as an ankle sprain, the one that we just did the draw test on, but you've done a really good job on it, so you'll have definitely popped the ATFL. The question is, have you also done the CFL, the calcaneofibular ligament, as well? So we will have already done the draw test. That will have been positive, and the patient will have been wincing, and everyone's going, oh no, this is terrible. So the next one we're going to do is the Talar tilt test. So what we're going to do this time is try and put the ligament that runs down the side of the heel here onto strain. So the way to do that for you guys over there would be to twist the foot into inversion at the heel. Yeah? And I'll do it for you guys this side as well. So just basically as if you're testing subtalar joint range of movement, as you'll have learned when we were doing root. Okay, so that's a really simple one. Again, what we're looking for is range of movement. Sorry, I don't mean to, I just have such faith in you. So you want to make sure that you've got the same range both sides, and also it's that end feel again. So if one of them has got a nice firm, oh that's, yeah, definitely an intact ligament. Do you remember the end feels we likened to the elbow? So that's a spongy end feel, and that's a capsular rope-like end feel. The other way, you can see the difference, one bounces and one doesn't. That's the same kind of end feel we're looking for here. The rope-like on the elbow extension one is the same sort of feeling. It won't be quite as distinct because there are other things stopping the elbow, but you get the idea. So it's the end feel and the differential between. Now the one thing that you need to bear in mind is some people will have what's called a tarsal coalition, which is when they were in utero, their bones didn't separate properly, and that prevents inversion movement. So in some people, they may have that in both feet, and then you go to test their non-affected side and there's almost no movement, and they go to test this side which they've injured and they've got a lot of movement because they've ruptured a ligament. So just bear in mind that, again, you've always got to keep, who said you've got to have an open mind? You're absolutely right, you've got to have an open mind, and be prepared for the unexpected, because anatomy and people vary, and that is to be expected in a clinical day at the office. Okay, so that's the Talar tilt test. You'll have done the anterior draw first, they will have had a history of an ankle sprain, and you're just going to test the inversion range at their rear foot.